Hey, this is Gary Dean. I'm introducing some products from the Sonus line. After you've used the Sonus Gloss shampoo to clean the vehicle and then get it dried, the next step is using the Sonus Glyde, which is their clay bar lubricant, and the Sonus clay bar. It comes in a 100-gram bar. What I usually recommend is to break that bar in half, store the other one in a safe place in a closed container so that it doesn't accumulate dust and dirt and grime, and take your 50 grams, half of the Sonus bar, knead it up a bit, get it warm so that it's pliable, and then flatten it out so that it's easily worked with. And what you do is you take the Glide and you'd spray it on the surface and lubricate the surface, and then you take the clay and you glide it across. Wow, that stuff smells really good. You glide it across the surface of the paint and it removes all the contaminants from the surface of the paint that are bonded, so that you end up with a nice, smooth, glass-like surface. You can add lubricant as necessary, but you can see in the clay bar the contaminants that I pulled off the paint. I mean, it's a white bar, so all of those nasty black spots, that's the surface of the clay bar that I was actually hitting the paint. What you do after that is you'd pull it apart and knead the clay bar until the surface was clean again. You'd flatten it out and you just go back in with more clay lube and keep gliding it across the paint in a cross-hatching pattern, up and down, side to side. You would continue that until you don't see any of the contaminants coming off on the white clay bar. It feels really smooth when I glide it across, and I would say that we have gotten all the contaminants off this section of the paint, and it's safe to move on to the next section, which would be the other side of the tailgate. So I'll move on from that. All you'd need to do is wipe off the extra clay lubricant that's still left on the paint with the Sonus Wonder towel, and then move on to the next step, which would be the Sonus Paintwork Cleanser.